Welcome to Time in the Shade and Shady Oak Ministries. Now, let's get to the news. Writers are worried about AI taking their jobs and have gone on strike to ensure that this doesn't happen. Meanwhile, following the production of an AI Jesus, pastors pretty much continued life as normal.
This is my book, and I'm gonna read it!
When evil people call themselves religious, you get approximately 8 million people dead over the last 2,000 years. When evil people call themselves atheists, you get 200 million people dead over the span of 200 years. It's good to know that atheism has at least contributed something to the world more than religious groups. Jane Fonda has publicly called for the murder of pro-life legislators. While this isn't necessarily the Shahada, Muslim leaders are willing to accept it as a conversion if she repeat the statements in Arabic. A mosque was recently searched and discovered to contain munitions, explosives, and weapons used to commit acts of terrorism against Israeli citizens. The local imam complained that the search committed by the IDF had no probable cause, then proceeded in his weekly call to exterminate the Jews by any means necessary.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Alessandro Biancardi broke records in his discovery of a 9-foot-long catfish in the Po River in Italy. The catch was reported to take 40 minutes, all due to the tireless efforts of the fisherman, his quality equipment, and, you guessed it, Skip Heitzig.
Isn't that just grand?
A friend of mine and I were listening to an atheist point out a contradiction in the Bible. Did both thieves revile Jesus, or only one? Matthew 27:44 reads that both of them reviled him, whereas Luke 23:39-42 reports only one thief reviled him. My friend stopped listening at that point, but I contradicted myself by continuing to listen to see if the atheist was joking or not. Controversy surrounding Mark Zuckerberg has arisen once again with the founding of Threads. Rumors state that the logo contains the number 666 if you look at it the right way. Boy, that's concerning. If I wasn't already seeing groups perform stripper dances on crosses in public stadiums and literal satanic rituals on public television, I might have missed that.
I have always admired your judgment.
And now for Time in the Shade's latest new game, Andy Stanley or Atheist, where we will play together a quote and figure out if it was stated by Andy Stanley or an atheist. The quote is, "I believe the best way to become an atheist is to read the Bible." Was this quote made by Andy Stanley or an atheist? I'll give you a few more seconds. Leave your answer in the comments. If you stated Andy Stanley, you'd be surprised. It was actually made by an atheist. Penn Jillette stated this quote.
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
And now for Time in the Shade entertainment reviews. This week, The Sound of Freedom. To Christians, conservatives, and people not worthy of the death penalty, it was a sobering reminder of the slavery still at work today and the people fighting to end it. To everyone else, it was a rather boring film that cut off all the good parts. And that's the news. Thank you all. Good night.